In the final part of our special series, Islam in America, we look at what it's like to be Muslim in America today. Bianca Golodriga went undercover to find out how people respond to women wearing the traditional Muslim headscarf, and she joins us now. And this was definitely a first for you.
Yeah, it was quite an eye-opening experience, George. Good morning. The Council of American Islamic Relations has noted a spike in hostility towards Muslims, including bomb threats at mosques, physical threats on Muslims themselves, even an advertising campaign telling Muslims to change their religion. So I wanted to find out what it felt like to be a Muslim in America, and I talked to American women who are doing just that. I donned the hijab myself.
I think hijab is the one thing that makes it a little different, makes a Muslim different from a non-Muslim woman.
A hijab is a headscarf that many Muslim women wear in public, a symbol of their faith, visible to all. Do you notice people looking at you?
I'm randomly checked at a specific airport. I just stand aside because I know I'm going to get randomly checked. And then when I go in the room, I see 5 other Muslim women. I say Assalamu alaikum and do the regular, procedures.
Definitely things changed a lot after 9/11. I mean, before 9/11, you weren't called a terrorist. It was after 9/11 that people would just stop to let you know that you're a terrorist. Or they would call you like Osama's wife or something like that. And then recently, things, I would say, have been very similarly hostile.
According to the FBI, hate crime incidents against Muslims soared from 28 in 2000 to 481 in 2001 and still remain well above pre-9/11 levels. The most recent Equal Employment Opportunity Commission figures show complaints of workplace discrimination against Muslims are up 20%.
What would happen if your daughter came home and said she wanted to wear a hijab?
As a mother, I would, as long as she stayed in big cities and cosmopolitan, where people are more tolerant, people are more knowledgeable of different cultures, different religions, I would be fine, but I would be concerned about her safety.
I decided to see what it would be like to wear a hijab in Lower Manhattan, not too far from the proposed community center and mosque. Our hidden cameras followed me into a swanky restaurant.
Would you like something to drink to start?
And a department store, and onto the subway, where New Yorkers took the hijab in stride. But it was different in my hometown of Houston. At the airport, I could feel all the eyes on me, and our cameraman overheard one man tell his companion that he hoped I wasn't on his flight. In a nearby mall, I wanted to see what would happen if I wore a more striking version of Islamic dress, which covers everything but the eyes and is less common here in the States. The stares increased, and so did the comments.
Islamic Queen.
It sounded like he said Islamic Queen. I couldn't tell if he meant it in a friendly way
Islamic Queen.
or not. Finally, we went to Orleans County in western New York, where 5 teens were arrested after allegedly harassing Muslims outside this mosque. Our producer went to a gas station, a supermarket, and a hardware store. Everywhere, people went out of their way to be friendly.
You're welcome. You have a great day. Did you find everything okay?
Our 3-day experiment reflects what these women report. Overt discrimination is the exception.
There are a few that will be hostile, that, whether you're in the grocery store or driving on the highway, someone's going to cut you off and say something about being a terrorist. There are those rare few people out there, but I don't think the majority is like that.
Today, many young Muslim American women embrace the hijab, rejecting the notion that traditional dress is somehow repressive.
It's part of their American Muslim identity. As Muslim girls born and raised in this country, they are true American Muslims. And they exercise their right as an American Muslim, and they decide to wear it.
Now I'm wearing hijab and I realize that people see me for who I am more than what my hair looks like or what I'm wearing or how pretty I am. Definitely that's the plus side. And also the sisterhood, like Aisha talked about.
No one forced me to wear it. All my friends were doing it, so we were kind of like the cool people.
So it was cool to wear it.
Oh, it was awesome. Like, you had the matching hoodies, you had the matching hijab. Like, see, you could see my little toy here. Like you can play around with it and
accessorize it up.
Yeah, like you could have a lot of fun with it.
Hijabis, they're very wild, but people just don't see it at our parties.
Special.
Yeah.
Some believe this generation is paving the way forward for all Americans.
They are really helping not only Muslim girls, but they're also helping Americans to learn about Islam and making other people see them the way they are. And, it's part of maturity of a nation. They have educated the masses of the nation.
Quite an impressive group of women. Many Americans see the hijab as something that restricts women, hiding their individuality. What these women told me is when they wear the hijab, they feel liberated. It frees them from some of the pressures they feel. And actually, one of the girls, Aisha, that you saw that was talking about stylizing her hijab, she said she conducted an experiment when I told them about what we did. And she went out without the hijab in American Western clothes. And she wore that for a week. And she felt more liberated as a woman wearing the hijab because people talked to her as a woman.
Oh, that's
and not,
interesting.
They didn't, yeah, it wasn't sexual sort of.
Just fascinating stuff, and I guess it confirms something that I believed. Americans tend to show greater respect for anyone who seems to be taking their faith seriously.
Yeah, especially here in New York. You saw that on the subway, right? I mean, people didn't even pay attention to me. I walked around like a normal American. My religion didn't matter, no matter how I was dressed.
Not at all. Well, this has been a terrific series, and you are trading in the hijab tomorrow for a wedding dress.
Yes, I am.
Big day.
Yes.
It is going to be great. Well, congratulations.
Thank you, George.
We know you're going to be happy. Thanks very much, Bianna. We want to know what you think about this story. Go to abcnews.com/GMA and weigh in on our shout-out board.